Today, we're going to ask ourselves a couple of questions. A couple of questions that'll get us to the next level. First question is, why are you scared of failure? Why are you afraid to fall down? Why are you afraid to start all over at ground zero? I guess before we answer these questions, we need to learn a little bit about failure and get a different perspective on it. Failure doesn't always have to be this monumental, embarrassing thing. Sometimes you can look at it at a different perspective and actually gain some insight from failure. The greatest people in life have had the greatest failures in life. Failure is not some big negative thing. It's actually a blessing, maybe a blessing in disguise, but it's definitely a blessing. It shines a light on the mystery of how to have a success. It shows you how well or how bad you did, and it actually gives you a second chance, only if you're willing to get up and try again. You're going to be a winner at this thing called life, but I need you to keep trying. I need you to examine your last failure, and I need you to fail again. I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, fail again. That will put you much closer to winning. Here's my next question. I want you to do this for me. Look at yourself and ask, why don't you believe in yourself? Why haven't you gotten back up and tried again? I know you may have had a great opportunity slip away. You might have no one to blame but yourself for it. You could be horrified by that. You could be feeling so much sadness. But what I hope you appreciate about your failure is that it places you in a great big mirror. A mirror in front of you that only shows your reflection. Don't be afraid to stand in that mirror. Size yourself up and identify what went wrong. Pinpoint your flaws and change them. Just like you can't really get ready, get dressed, and head out without going in front of a mirror, you can't really succeed without going in front of a failure. You can't really make it without knowing what's wrong. You might be in a place where you see your flaws and you're still afraid of addressing them. Maybe because you feel like the effort and energy to better yourself will just lead to another shortcoming. And you don't want to invest all that energy just to fail again. Well, there's good news. Even if you take the time and fix a few things and fail again, it's going to put you closer to succeeding the next time. There's no guarantee that you're going to make it the very next try, but there is a guarantee that you will never make it if you never try. My friend, each time you fail, you're given a checkpoint, kind of like in a video game. And your endurance will always be the difference between you sitting on the sidelines and getting back up with a victory dance after you beat the game. Focus on the mirror. Focus on that failure. Look at yourself. There's no one else in the room. There's no one else in the reflection to blame. Look at yourself and make it. All right, let's put it this way. Imagine that in order to get that dream, whatever it may be, whether it's financial, health-related, work-related, has something to do with finding a spouse, whatever it may be, whatever the goal may be, it can still be used in this analogy. So imagine, in order to get that dream, you need to fail 5 times, for example. It will take you 5 failures to gain this dream, to gain this experience of success. In order for this dream to come into fruition, you're going to have to fail. Now, it may not be 5, it may not be 4, it may not be a dozen, but let's just use 5. You have to try to get this dream 5 times and fail, and I mean really wipe out, be devastated by missing the mark. You have to gain experience by failing. You have to gain experience from all 5 failures in order to reach that goal, because each time you fail, you learn something new. You learn what not to do. But imagine being so afraid after failing that 4th time because it hurts so much that you're not willing to try and fail the fifth time. Now you're going to watch the rest of your life just linger and wait with no success because you won't get back up and try again. Who knows, the very next time you try, you might figure it all out and you might hit that home run. You might hit that grand slam that gets you and your family out of the rat race. But you will never get there if you're afraid to fail the number of times that is necessary. Now, what I want from you is success. And in order to do that, we're going to have to be accountability partners. So, seeing as I only upload here once a week on Sundays, we don't really have a real relationship just yet. But what we can do is meet back here next Sunday and you leave me a comment of what failure you did. I want your homework to be to go out there and fail. I don't care what it is. I don't care what facet of life it's in. Go ahead and leave me a comment on what that is. Or you can reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Reach out to me. Let me know what your goal is. And I'm going to stay in your corner to make sure that you're continuing to try, that you're continuing to get closer to succeeding. I want you to get back up and laugh the next time you fail. I want you to get back up with a vengeance. I want you to get back up with, okay, you got me that time, but here we go. I'm about to get you this time. I want that hunger. I want that eye of the tiger that they call it. Get back up and keep on trying. That's what I want to see. Do you remember learning how to drive or learning how to swim or how to ride a bike? Before you learned, don't you remember how you felt left out and thinking about how fun it must be to ride a bike, but you're just that kid that doesn't know how to ride yet? But just the dream of knowing how to ride got you right back up when you fell down to learn. When you were trying to learn how to drive and you were afraid to merge into the highway, but you remembered just thinking that your friends were driving, your parents, your family knew how to drive, and it just, that dream in your head just gave you the motivation to try, or even swimming, anything in life. When you first were learning how to do it, the only thing that kept you motivated was seeing other people doing it. Now that's what I want you to use for your dream. Because now that you know how to ride a bike with no hands, and you know how to drive, and you know how to swim, you're up there with the sharks. You're out there doing your thing. And it's not because you just learned on the first try. It's actually because you knew the joy it would bring once you learned how to do it. So you sacrificed your pride and you allowed yourself to fall down off of your bike. But guess what? You got right back up. So go out there, believe in your dream, and fail, fail, fail. It will be worth it, my friend. Embrace failure. If you've ever beaten a boss on a video game at that hard difficulty, you will agree with me that it was failure that made it easy for you. Now you can walk through that level. Now you can basically beat that level with your eyes closed. I want you to stick it out and continue to fail. It will give you experience. It will give you perspective of other ways to play the game, of how to advance quicker, of how to really just be a boss at life. You'll learn what works and what doesn't work. Fail as many times as possible, as quickly as possible. The longer you wait to fail, the longer you're going to wait to succeed. Failing will gradually chisel away at your fears, and you will start failing at smaller margins until you finally figure it all out. But if you don't play that game and you just turn off the system because, man, this game is way too hard, and man, I suck, then you will never be able to just restart at the checkpoint where you lost. You're just out of the game altogether. That's no way to give up. I don't want you to go out like that. I want you to get back up. You only get one life, and you only gain experience through failing. So don't waste your life and don't waste your time sitting in the same place. There's really, really good news here, guys. The laws of attraction. The laws of attraction are in love with your determination. The laws of attraction are in love with your dedication. When you set out a goal and speak it into existence and keep failing and fighting towards it, trust me, big things will come. So go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll know every time I upload new content. My goal right now is to upload here every Sunday. So check me out next Sunday for another inspirational video. Much love. Peace.